Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Leadership Void Podcast. I'm Enrique, my co-host Vince, and we're back on the road. I'm loving this, going nationwide from the comfort of your home. Vince, who we have with us today?
All right. Well, thank you very much, Enrique. Yeah, folks, we are excited and absolutely thrilled to have from Virginia, Dr. Sarah Spradlin. She is the CEO of a Vitruvian Advantage, and we have a lot to talk about within what she's doing, who this dynamic individual is. But first, welcome, Dr. Spradlin. Tell us about you.
Hey, thank you guys. It's great to be here today. I'm really excited. You guys are a dynamic duo, so this is going to be a good time. So Vince, just my background, I started off my career as an active duty Marine. I spent about 10 years on active duty before I really kind of started to realize that, there were some other elements of the family and personal life that were suffering because my husband and I were both on active duty. We had, kids and we had some great support network, but it wasn't mom. And so at about that 10-year point, I decided that I was going to transition off active duty. And I had an incredible opportunity at that time. SOCOM, Special Operations Command, stood up MARSOC, which is the Marine Special Operations Command. It was a branch of SOCOM that never existed until, just recently here. And I got a call while I was on active duty saying, hey, we hear you're looking for a change, because we all know that it's a small community. And they said, we want to see if you want to come over as a civilian and help us stand up MARSOC. And I had the opportunity to go over and serve as not only the first female, but the first director of administration and workforce development for MARSOC and the schoolhouse. And so I went over there for about 4 years as a civilian employee with DOD, and just an incredible opportunity. A little bit of extra time with the kids and the family, and so that worked for us. And then about 4 years after that, my husband decided it was time for him to make a change too, and he decided to retire. And his retirement brought us up to Virginia. And so at this point, really, guys, I thought, all right, this is the opportunity. I am gonna go all in. I'm gonna be a stay-at-home mom. I mean, I am just gonna throw myself into filling that void and the guilt that I had from being away from the kids for so much time. And I took it really seriously. I joke and I say, hey, I got a Pinterest account, and the whole 9 yards, right? But after about 6 months, I really lost my sense of self. I had grown up in a professional environment, and it was definitely a big part of who I was. It was a big part of who I was as a mom too. And I started to realize that. And I sat back one day and took the education side of me and a little bit of that tenacity and decided I was just going to go ahead and start the business that Vince, you talked about. I stood up Vitruvian Advantage in 2015. And we've been rocking and rolling ever since. And it's been great. It's been great.
That's wonderful. I love to hear success stories coming out of the military background. And, the majority of our show, it's coupled between the veteran community and the leadership community. And we kind of exploit both those arenas to highlight those that are doing great work coming out of the military. And by what you've just told us, it looks like it all worked out for you. So kudos to you on that. So you told us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your background. Tell us about your company. What do you do and all of that jazz?
Yeah. So Vitruvian Advantage is a management consulting firm. And we really focus on integrated talent management solutions. So that full scope, talent management system of systems, that start with talent acquisition, move you all the way through performance management, workforce development, and then take you through a strategic succession planning. And not just for your individual workforce employees, but also the organization at large and how you play in today's global market.
Amazing. And hearing that and knowing what everyone has done is pivot, either the three P's, I say push, pivot, or pursue, right? In this pandemic. How's Vitruvian holding up and what are you all currently doing?
That is a great question. And here's what I'll tell you, we are holding up exceptionally well. And this is why, because there are 1,000 plus management consulting firms out there. But what really sets us apart is that all of our services across the gamut of organizational design and development are all grounded in the theory and, of course, more importantly, the practical application of emotional intelligence. And we really, truly believe that if you grow an emotionally intelligent workforce, you will establish organizational resilience. And that, that theme that we push is really powerful right now with the uncertainty and the change that everybody is facing. And so we've really had a great opportunity to help some amazing organizations just redefine what right looks like in an effort to establish organizational resilience right now. And so it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun, and it's just been an amazing journey.
Well, I tell you, you have two great fans here because I know Vince and I, EQ, we love it, right? That's what we also have grounded ourselves in. That's one of the facets that we totally understand by your comment that will enhance and grow other areas in your business. So a great approach. I definitely love that. So what's on the horizon for you?
Yeah, so one of the things that we're really excited about is we have teamed with a phenomenal graphic designer, Martin Steve Design, and we have really started to put together some phenomenal video reels for organizations that are trying to redefine what their onboarding process looks like so that they can bring that element of emotional intelligence, that underlying element of EI into their culture on the front end and indoctrinate, the workforce, as early on into what that culture is going to look like moving forward for them. And so we've been working closely with Martin Steve Design and just generating a lot of those graphic design reels for companies. And that's been fun too.
Wow. I'm so excited to hear what you all have been doing since 2015. Here we are 2020 and going beyond what you're all going to do. But one thing you do is this next topic is really address the leadership void. So let's go there and let's talk first and foremost about your professional development areas that you improve at your own capability as a leader. Because I know you're an author of a wonderful book as well. So love to hear about your professional development.
So my professional development, let's see, right now, I'm actually in a class right now. I'm taking a course with MIT Sloan School of Management. And, it's been a great growing and learning opportunity for me always. And I think my big focus in general across the board is to really continue to refine and evolve my ability to ask catalytic questions. We live in a time of uncertainty, and as leaders, we don't have all the answers. And so really questions become the answer, and we have to just really think about how we can approach deriving answers through a more mature method of questioning. And that's really something that I work on a daily basis.
Talking leadership specifically, as we already started diving into, we all begin somewhere, right? We all have a story that leads to our leadership success. What advice did you receive as you was emerging as a leader that you can say really, did the job for you?
Yeah, so I think it was very unique to me. But I think there's a lot of leaders that this will resonate with. So I was a young captain. I was a company commander at Parris Island, and I was tenacious and I wanted to solve everything, and I wanted to be a part of every opportunity. And my battalion commander sat me down, and he said, Sarah, there is a point at which you really need to appreciate that an 80% solution is enough in order for you and us as a team to continue to move forward. Because if we focus on everything just trying to be 100%, it's that idea of perfection is an illusion and we're never going to reach it. And we've got to have a little bit of confidence that we associate with risk so that we can act, we can move forward, and we can keep creating heat as leaders. And that was really powerful for me, and I've taken that with me ever since.
Well, with great advice came some obstacles and some challenges, right? So hearing that component, so what challenges either did you face or you currently face, and how you address them?
Oh, lots. Let's see. I think there's probably two biggest ones for me. And that was overcoming procrastination. You know, we get overwhelmed. We have so much on our plate and we want to attack all of it. And we're being pulled in so many different directions. You know, it's not just professional, it's personal as well. And we've got those things that we need to do, and we've got those things that we want to do. And so I think procrastination was something that I really had to learn how to manage via goal setting, and not just goal setting from like a tactical perspective, but from an emotional perspective. What really helped me over time was to identify that, you know, procrastination is not really the element of, we don't push away the task. We don't push it away and say the task is what I want to do later. We actually push away the emotion that is attached with executing the task. And that was really powerful for me to wrap my head around, embrace, and then, you know, apply on a daily basis. And, you know, I'll give you a really mundane example of this. Laundry. I have 4 kids. It's a family of 6. We have a lot of laundry, and I absolutely hate to get it done, right? I mean, I can't stand doing it. And so I put it off, and and you can't put laundry off. We all know that because it never stops, right? However, I started to really take that concept and apply it to the laundry piece and realize it's not that I fear a basket of laundry or, you know, I'm uncomfortable with doing laundry. It's that I don't want to actually have to deal with the emotion of monotony. Monotony is not something that I enjoy. So I push away tasks such as laundry, that create a sense of monotony for me. I want to, you know, be thinking, I want to create heat. I want to be moving and shaking and all that kind of stuff, just like you guys. And so it's really that emotion that we kind of push away. And so with the procrastination piece, when you can start to identify what the emotion is that's attached with executing the task, you can kind of start to reframe the task itself, focus on really overcoming the emotion, and then moving on to being able to execute the task in a much more efficient manner without putting it aside.
That's a wonderful strategy to apply to, you know, EQ or anything that deals with your execution of plans. But you're talking about something that, you know, we procrastinate. There's something that kind of pushes us off. And the emotional piece, I completely agree with. It's what makes us feel that we actually want to get away from. And so there's challenges, there's changes, there's improvement. And so what sort of strategies you use with your team to face change?
Yeah, to face change. You know, be really honest with you guys. One of the biggest things is for us to talk about it and embrace it and really consistently articulate that change is the only constant. It's the only constant. It really is. And knowing that, you know, I think that just being able to have the conversation, have those challenging conversations, it's very powerful. It really is. And I think the other piece is that we really focus on separating facts from feelings, because change creates a lot of emotional, waves. And really being able to stop and tell yourself, we got to talk about the facts and we got to talk about the feelings. However, before we do that, we have to separate the two. We have to separate the two because change is emotional. And one of the little kind of quippy things that we do is we have a little 5-step saying, and it's claim it, tame it, frame it, name it, and then game it, right? And so those 5 steps are the idea of when change is happening and the emotions start to really overcome you, and you're feeling it, take a moment, claim it. It's yours, own it. Just accept that that is your emotion, and then move from there and tame it. Take a breath, recenter. Then you can really frame it. What is the context? What are the emotions? What are the facts? Let's frame this situation. So then I can start naming things and I can label them. And then of course I can move on to actually gaming it. Create a game plan so that we are very, surgically and systemically identifying a way ahead that's going to be in the best interest of all vested parties.
I tell you, for all listeners out there, if you want to improve your emotional intelligence and actually apply these 5 steps, and there's a lot of different things underneath her hat, I know that she's not sharing, but you as a leader and your company will definitely reap the rewards. And for that, you have to reach Vitruvian Advantage, right? So how do people reach out to you or your company if they want to learn more and how to be invested in part of the dynamic of change, right?
Yes, absolutely. I invite everybody to reach out to us. You can check out the website. So www.vitruvianei.com, and that's VITRUVIANEI.com. And, feel free to call us. It's 910-545-2866. And you can email me. It's sarah.spradlin, SPRADLIN @vitruvianei.com.
All right, folks, you heard it. A lot to be offered. Reach out to Sarah and her company. You will not regret it. And if you want to reach out to us and, have us, wear your fancy shirt or drink out of your fancy mug, or even have you as a sponsor, please reach out to us at theleadershipvoid@gmail.com. We'll, curate your questions. If there's a certain topic you want us to talk about, dealing with leadership and the multiple facets of how to deal with it, we'll be happy to consider those. But reach out to us and we'll entertain those questions and those comments.
Yes, but I want to really honor Sarah for being on the show. Definitely, grounded in gratitude, grounded in EI, having the self-awareness and self-regulation, separating facts from feelings. There's so much you shared with us, some great pearls of wisdom, some great nuggets. I appreciate it. Enrique and I appreciate you for being here. So thank you for your time. And for those out there listening in, I hope you greatly appreciate this time. But next week, we come back here to Central Florida. We're going to speak with Jeremy Sisson, CEO of Evan James and Associates. So we're very happy to come back home and talk to him. But we're just honored to go to Virginia and speak of some wonderful things that are going on. So thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, guys.